So today we're talking all about spirit babies. And some of you might be familiar with the book by Walter McKitchen about spirit babies. And in it, he talks about his process, how he's able to help families connect to the energy of the child that is coming through to them for conception. And this is very much a real metaphysical connection between mother, between father, and between the child, essentially, that we are meant to bring into the world. And with spirit babies, they often appear in a woman's energy. Sometimes they're more connected to the mom, sometimes their path is more connected to the father. So it's really interesting because we can see the energy of the baby surrounding the parents. And often when people are having difficulty conceiving, often when we are experiencing energetic blocks, it could be around our career, about where we're living, about what we're doing with our lives, even in our relationship. These babies will be able to tell us what it is exactly they are waiting for in order to come through Earthside. So when we connect to the energy of a spirit baby, they'll be able to relay messages. They are in the spirit realm. They are souls. They are highly evolved. Sometimes they present themselves as a certain gender, but mostly the energy is really non-binary and it's very fluid. So the gender of this baby could present one way, but then it could be birthed into, a different gender depending on its role, kind of how it wants to come through, what it wants to accomplish in this lifetime. So, as many of us have our own soul contracts, our own purpose, and our mission, so do these children. So it's really divine timing and divine alignment when we conceive, because it's almost as if the structures and the foundations have to really support the conception, and the two contracts between you and your child are really looking to be fulfilled. So it's really powerful and it's really interesting connecting and developing a relationship to the spirit baby and cultivating a connection and asking, what lifestyle shifts do I get to make? What career relationships shifts do I get to make in order to welcome in the energy of my baby? So even things such as miscarriage, abortion, all of that kind of has a spiritual connotation as well as a spiritual meaning in addition to our lived human experience. So often a baby will decide not to follow through with their contract if there is extenuating circumstances that they feel it is not safe or they're not comfortable or they would rather wait. So it's really interesting when we work with that knowing and that energy and really cultivating a deep connection to the energy of the baby. Again, the book Spirit Babies is a great resource. The author Walter goes into many of these concepts, many of these metaphysical things and these principles, but just knowing that wherever you are on your journey in motherhood, whether you are consciously conceiving, whether you are thinking about starting the fertility process, or even if you're going through a really rough period of fertility, just know to trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust what is coming up for you and the things that you need to, or you get to really create momentum in your life to create space for spirit babies. I do intuitive spirit baby readings, and often there will be many similarities, many of the same messages that I receive from these babies to their parents. And it often looks like creating the space, creating the structure, creating the flow, already visualizing the family dynamic. And that is a really beautiful practice for those trying to conceive, looking to conceive, or again, going through a really rough fertility journey. Visualizing the baby being presently with you. How are you showing up? What are your family values? What are your intentions for motherhood, for parenting? How does the relationship work with your partner? How does it fit into your career? So oftentimes it's establishing that structure and that foundation to welcome in the baby that feels the most safe and supportive to the baby. Sometimes it's physical things that the mother gets to process and gets to work through. So looking at lifestyle, nutrition, health, And again, just creating that space, creating that safe container for the baby to feel supported and to come through so that they could fulfill their soul contract, and they can also effortlessly merge into yours, because oftentimes children are here, often, I mean all the time, children are here to really show us and illuminate lessons for us. So when we are conceiving, these things will really be heightened and they will be triggered. So it's really beautiful to be able to connect, to be able to develop that presence, to feel that presence, and to be really grounded within your body and in your experience, knowing that everyone's motherhood journey looks different. So feel free to ask any questions that you might have about spirit babies, about conscious conception. Subscribe, like, and I will talk to you soon.